Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this. Again, according to the Washington Post, it was sent on Thursday night, 2 hours before he was taken into custody.
You know what I know about Tyler is he was always very quiet. He was very smart. He had just a real mellow personality, never caused any problems. He, like I said, he was smart and he kept to himself. And
I got nightmares in my head, I fear thoughts build up until I can't feel. My mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear.
Hello and a warm welcome to the members-only lounge of True Crime Rocket Science. According to the New York Post, Robinson wrote the note, "I have the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it," according to Patel. Now, the question is, where did he write this note? That note was written before the shooting, the FBI director said, adding that it had been found in the home Robinson shared with his boyfriend. Now, the format of the note will be interesting in terms of the context. Also, who read the note, if anyone, and if they did read it, why did they not do anything? Also, was the writing of the note done as a sort of gesture, as a joke? On what material was the note written? Was it written as a part of a larger, longer letter, perhaps? Was it written as part of perhaps a manifesto? The Post continues, Tyler Robinson had a rabid obsession with Charlie Kirk and vowed to take out the conservative influencer because he hated his views, boasting he had the perfect murder plan. That's according to what the FBI revealed on Monday. In fact, his words in the note were, "I have an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk." The Post continues, "I think it's pretty clear based on the statements of family members, friends, and some of the messaging we have seen on these digital footprints left behind that Robinson clearly had some obsession with Charlie Kirk." That's again, according to FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, what he said to Fox's America's Newsroom on Monday. Now, one thing that's not clear is regarding this note. What is it? Is it a manifesto? Is it a handwritten note? Is it a text? Is it a post somewhere? What is it? And there seems to be a little bit of intrigue surrounding this. It's not clear. On CNN, they were describing the note and how it was deleted but recovered. Surely this means it wasn't handwritten, but may well have either been texted or posted, that it's in some kind of digital format in order for it to be recovered, right? Or does it mean that something could be written on a note and then perhaps burned, but then recovered as well, or thrown into the trash and recovered as well? On Fox, it seems pretty clear that it was a direct message, and also interestingly that the recipient deleted the message. One has to wonder at the time, in real time, what was the response to these texts, and did the recipient communicate its contents to anyone else? If not, what did the recipient do? What did they think? What's their explanation? I mean, it's not every day that your buddy undertakes to shoot someone and then a few days later his target dies on camera and it's national news. Now, according to the Post, he had a text message exchange with another individual in which he claimed that he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do it because of his hatred for what Charlie stood for. Now, all of this stands separate to all of those group chats. This is kind of the inner sanctum where he's communicating more sensitive motivations and intentions. Now, I had considered that if he had a boyfriend, and especially if his boyfriend complained about Kirk, I suppose one could say that in a certain sense, he was motivated by love. I think it's interesting speculation, but at this point, I think even he would say that he was motivated by hatred for Kirk's ideology. I don't think we can get away from that. And I saw somewhere that it said something along the lines of some hatred cannot be negotiated with. And so, we do have a situation in America right now where both sides are accusing the other side of hate. It's almost like the one is trying to say, no, you hate more. No, 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 you hate more. But I mean, let's face it, given who Robinson was, as well as his left-leaning politics, it's no surprise that Kirk's message irked him. But another important factor is when that text was sent. And so, according to the reporting, it wasn't clear when the seething suspect sent the text. This is really important, like when in the timeline, if it was sent just before or even when Tyler Robinson was on the scene, that's one thing. But if it was sent weeks or months before the fact, well then, shouldn't someone have responded in some way? So that really is an important aspect. The accused killer, a furry, that's an obsessed trade school student with a transitioning male to female partner, suggested the same murderous thought later on, a physical note, Patel said. And so there you have confirmation that there's the same sentiment expressed digitally as it is on a physical substrate, right, on a piece of paper. So there does seem to be a physical handwritten note as well. So how does someone reading that not take something like that seriously? And what the heck is a furry? Well, a furry apparently is a fan of anthropomorphic animals, which are animals with human characteristics. And a furry fandom is the community of these fans. They often dress up in this way for Halloween and all that kind of thing. So key aspects are anthropomorphism, which includes wearing clothes that resemble animals. And I've got to say, I'm new to this, but this interest in anthropomorphic animals seems like a cousin, psychologically speaking, to the idea of transitioning. It's like you dress up in someone else's body and then you become that. I don't know if that makes sense, does it? Anyway, according to the Post, the FBI chief did not identify who the other person was or say if there would be potential charges against them for not coming forward earlier. The written note, we believe, did exist, and we have evidence to show what is in the note. He added, this is according to Patel, he added that data gathered by the FBI indicated that Robinson's target was obviously going to be Charlie Kirk, and this is the crucial part, and that people knew in advance. Now, this is critical, and this kind of opens the whole door to accessories and potentially other agitators and potentially other people who were either radicalized or radicalizing him. I mean, did anyone say at any point, don't do it, dude? Back to the article, damning new evidence against Robinson includes DNA recovered from a towel that covered the murder weapon when it was ditched, as well as a screwdriver found in the sniper's nest on a roof near Kirk's event. So what is the screwdriver for? Well, for disassembling the rifle, perhaps fine-tuning a tripod, even perhaps for attaching or perhaps adjusting a telescopic sight. I can report today that the DNA hits on the towel that was wrapped around the firearm and the DNA on the screwdriver are positively processed for the suspect in custody. Tyler Robinson is scheduled to appear in court today. That's September 16th, and we're going to have a press conference at noon MDT, is that Mountain Daylight Time. And the authorities are promising to release a lot more information then. I'm going to try to cover the press conference live, so look out for that. Thank you for listening. Thank you if you've recently joined the members only, and I'll see you guys next time.